Hello and welcome back to a strange surprise episode on the Unqualified Film Bros podcast,
I can't believe we're doing
where
this.
we were asked to review a Madea movie. I have never seen one. Have you guys seen any?
I had never seen one.
I'd seen one, I think the house arrest one with Eugene Levy. Um, but I also might be thinking of a different movie too, so
Yeah, I have no idea.
that's
I
entirely
don't think I've
possible.
seen one. So we did Madea Goes to Jail. That's just the second one that popped in my head after Boo, a Madea Halloween.
I would like to point out that I suggested Boo 2, A Medea Halloween, the sequel.
That's true.
That's true, but that would have pushed it to Halloween.
Yeah.
True, I did suggest because Halloween's a Friday and we release on Fridays. I did suggest that we do a Halloween
We
But
release
yeah,
for
we
Boo
shout
2.
out
And
will
we
to our
still might.
Halloween on Halloween.
We still might.
if you guys show enough support and love, maybe we'll do another one.
So
But yeah, shout out
shout out,
to Jacob and Clifton for asking me for about 2 years to review Medea.
shout
Um,
out, can I just real quick shout out at iQuickDZ on
yeah,
YouTube
I
and
already
my
got him.
boy. Oh, that is
I
your
already,
boy? That's your boy? Wait, I swear to God, my buddy Josh, who I used to work with, he lives in Phoenix now. Shout out Josh. He also has been pushing me to do a Medea movie on the pod for
that's
2 years.
hilarious.
And I did not know who this YouTube account was. I could have sworn it was him.
Yeah, no, that's my boy Jacob.
Excuse me.
Uh, he's voicing his support on behalf of Clifton, who apparently loves Medea and keeps asking me to do it. So
What's not to love about Medea?
There you
this
go.
one's for you.
Without
Uh,
any further ado,
yeah, let's start talking about the movie. I had no idea what to expect. I thought this was just going to be a straight comedy. And
me
then all of a
too.
sudden, like, first of all, I thought that Medea was just going to be the main person. And then we get introduced to like Josh and Candace, and all of a sudden
It's
there's,
the movie is about Josh and Candy, and Medea shows up every now and then.
yep, yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind
Like
of,
pretty much.
Medea's barely in the movie. Also, the
uh,
premise I was sold on, just the quick little Letterboxd blurb about the movie, was that Medea goes to jail and takes a young prostitute under her wing. That happens with like half an hour left in the movie.
yeah, it takes them about an hour to get to jail, and then the movie's over. And Medea beats some people up when they go to church, and they even have a montage of like the calendar going.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's- I I will say this movie's probably not meant for me. There's a lot of like Christian themes and a lot of, black culture, which I'm Jewish. I felt it was a little preachy at times. But
Yeah. I don't
yeah,
know. I
it's
looked
a
past
movie.
that. Coming from pretty much the exact same place as you, Ben, I was able to sort of look past that and be like, yeah, I can appreciate what's going on here in the movie.
I mean, I just think it's funny that you've got Tyler Perry playing Medea and then also Uncle Joe or whatever his name is, and
Oh
like
yeah.
Brian at the same, and then it's like, wow, like most of it is if like it feels like it was like an episode of Suits, honestly,
But more depressing suits. It
but
feels
very
like
depressing.
it feels like a Lifetime movie almost.
Yeah,
Like very just, oh my God, everything is going wrong. These people are
It's
horrible.
so like
And then you go back to
melodramatic.
Medea and she's just like punching random
Yep.
guys.
she's dropping cars off of forklifts.
Yeah,
Okay, but can we talk about the Kmart parking lot scene because that is far and away the best scene in the movie.
yeah, again,
She
I feel
has the
like the Medea
argument,
scenes are pretty fun. And
and then
it's just like bogged down by everything else. But yeah, like she drops a car, she's beating up cops. Uh
the
She's
fight
in
in the front
therapy with
yard is
Dr. Phil.
yeah, she's in there, Doctor.
the Dr. Phil credit scene. which lasts literally the entire
That was
length of the
awesome.
credits. I almost wonder because like that didn't feel scripted, but I would not guess Dr. Phil is good at improv.
I think he is. I mean, he did it pretty much his entire life.
Yeah, I guess if he treats it like one of his show's guests, then
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
he's not a trained therapist. He's not actually trying to like always get
I
to the
think he had his
bottom of you.
license
wait,
revoked
Dr.
at
Phil's
some
not a
point.
trained
Yeah, he did.
therapist?
He's like a
No. Well, not accredited. He's not
yeah,
allowed to practice therapy. So
Nor do I.
technically, he would not be allowed to do this because the court ordered anger
yeah.
management
He's not allowed to
class.
do it. He certainly would not be a court-appointed therapist, let
Over
alone do this
anyone
on his own
else.
private practice. No, no.
I do. I kept thinking about this after the movie ended, and I do have to say that it is really funny for Medea to be preaching, like about, taking responsibility for yourself, and then everyone just gets out at the end because she was tampering with evidence.
Everyone who is important to the plot gets out at the end.
Oh, this is, yeah, I enjoyed Medea moments. It was mainly the drama. Like they went really hard. It was like this is like a PG-13 movie, and they were talking about like gang rape. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
And then
no, it gets
that Candace
it,
just keeps getting abused throughout the movie. It felt terrible.
Yeah,
yeah, it gets really dark a lot.
And I can't help but feel like did you have to write the script that way? Like, no, nobody's putting her in these situations except for you. It seemed a little much.
yeah. I mean, they were huge. The tonal shifts were insane. It was like Medea's dropping the car, and then you go straight back to like Candace recounting all of her trauma and the hatred she felt towards Josh for years. And it's like, okay, whoa.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, and we've said this
And you
about
go
other
to Linda,
movies,
who's like, I hate this person. She's poor, she's homeless, she's a junkie. Don't like her.
and then like puts herself out of a career by the end of the movie for sabotaging her.
I, yeah, I don't.
She gets
These people,
indicted.
these people are kind of insane. Like these,
And the way that the TV news reporter phrased that at the end of the movie, like she will have to turn herself in, put on the
they face the
handcuffs,
wall of
face the
shame.
wall of shame, and have her mugshot taken. Like that's not the worst part of what's going to happen to her. She's going to get
I,
disbarred. She's going to go to prison. Like
I don't know. It's a little insane. Like that whole
the
plot
worst
is
thing is not the
absolutely
fucking
insane.
mugshot.
Also, these people are just written to be too terrible. You got to take the breaks a little bit. We can't go this far. Like every time Linda spoke, I was like, "Oh my God, this is a horrible person." Why did Josh need until the wedding day to figure out that this is a horrible person? Even if she didn't break the law, she's terrible. She is a non-human being.
I mean, that's a pretty common trope in movies is one of the partners in a relationship is manipulative and the other one just doesn't see it until it's pointed out to them.
I know, but it's so like she is
Yes, Linda
It
insane.
seems
is
so
terrible
obvious.
in this movie.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
even has moments where he's like, "What do you mean those people?"
fair. And then we've
So
got
it's
scenes with
yeah.
Medea telling her daughter to run down a guy who cut her off and
It's
forcing the
that
guy up through
tonally
the
this
church
movie
sign.
is absolutely insane. I
The
just
fact of the fact of the matter is this is two different movies rolled into one. This is
it
a
really
Medea
is.
movie
I
and it's
have
a
no idea what I was so confused when
like
the Candace storyline started playing out and it just got darker and darker.
well, I knew the Candace storyline would happen because of what I had read about the premise. I just didn't expect it to be the first two acts of the movie would be completely separate, and then we bring the characters together 20 minutes before
Like
the credits
once.
roll.
Yeah, one time for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and like the least you could have done was set that up early in the movie by having them interact maybe at all.
Or just actually have Medea go to jail for the movie and
Yeah,
have them
I
both be in jail for the
Have
movie.
them
Like
both go to
that is
jail.
also reasonable to expect in a movie
They
called
had to set up
Medea
so
Goes
much
to Jail.
stuff. They have to set up
but
the background of Josh.
the thing is you don't have to set up that much. This is not the first Medea movie.
No,
We know, and I haven't seen the movies, but just having read about this movie now in the 20 minutes since I finished watching it, uh, having read that the car chase that she gets arrested for at the beginning of the movie happens in the previous movie,
there's
like
lore.
we've
We
got
got,
lore, we've got background information.
should we do all of them? Maybe we should.
Next time we don't have
Just
an
do
idea.
everyone.
Next time George doesn't read the schedule of releases correctly, which has happened now once in almost 4 years. Sure, we can do all the Medea movies.
Or if our loyal viewers comment enough.
If we get more comments suggesting movies to review, we have to abide by what the viewer wants. That's just good content.
That's 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 kind of the rule, the golden rule.
So comment
Uh,
below this video to tell us what we should review, and next time we have an open slot, we might just do that movie.
Maybe.
And Ben, you
it's
can't
true.
make a like fake YouTube account and say Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
I would
I'm
never
making
do.
that a rule.
I'm waiting until I get my next time. That's not
I'm
even.
Yeah,
That's
when's
not up
that gonna
there.
happen?
I am patiently waiting for Ben because I know what movie he's gonna pick, and I'm so excited.
Do I am I not in on the joke here?
I mean, you'll find out.
Is it
Ben's just been
Suspiria?
excited about it.
Huh?
Is it Suspiria? Because that's number one on your Letterboxd favorites, and we haven't done it
That
yet.
it might be an option.
Whatever. I'm down. I'm down to clown with anything. But
Uh,
anyway, Medea. So Max, you said you had seen a Medea movie before, right?
Well, yeah, let me see if I can find it because I might be wrong about that. But I
Like I've
think
always
that
been.
there's
I've
like a
I've been.
witness protection one where
Oh yeah, I
it
heard of that
takes
one.
in a family that is interestingly enough, very much like a plot from Schitt's Creek. Um, but Medea like takes in this family, who is the father is Eugene Levy. And
Oh,
so
so it's very Schitt's Creek.
yes, yes.
It is Schitt's Creek, but with
It
Medea.
basically is. It's just Medea takes them in and she lives with them, or they live with her.
I think I saw a
maybe we
trailer
should have
for
done
that
that one.
once.
I thought that Medea Goes to Jail would be
Yes,
a lot more fun.
I
That one
thought it would
seemed
be a
more
lot more
witness
fun.
jail.
protection. I did
I
too.
I just mainly was taken aback by how depressing it was for like half the movie.
Yeah, Medea goes to Medea's witness protection. It's that one.
Did that come out before or after this one?
When was this one?
Oh nine.
This was 2012.
So the Medea's Witness Protection is the next one, maybe?
I don't know, man.
No, probably not. Just, Tyler Perry's made so many of these.
There's a bunch.
Makes one
There's
every
so
year.
many of them.
You know the top like the
There's another
opening.
one coming out, you know. There's this one coming out in like July.
Is it really? Oh, I did. Yeah, I did see that.
Let's put it on the calendar. I'm so serious. Let's take
Let's see
off
what
Jurassic World Rebirth and put on the new Medea movie.
you know what if it's I half of me is like I want to see what Garth Edwards does, and half of me is like I hate that franchise now. I wish it would
Locusts.
die.
Locusts.
Yeah, the last
Oh
one pissed me
God,
off.
that
That
was
one,
terrible.
that's unforgivable.
You know, that's one of the only episodes I haven't been on, and I still have not seen the movie.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to recommend it. I just I'm annoyed that you didn't have to suffer through it.
I was on set that week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, maybe you should just watch it anyway to suffer.
Sure. I'll
It's
watch the
pretty
Locust
bad.
movie.
But there's some redeeming parts of
I mean,
it.
there's always redeeming. It costs
Well,
like 300 million, so they
we'll
better.
look at the calendar and see if that's an appropriate slot to swap in a Medea movie.
Medea's Witness Protection. Or we could do the new one. I don't know, when is it out?
I'll
I
check for a showing.
it's coming out later this year. I thought it was
Medea's
July.
Destination
Maybe it's
Wedding,
later.
July 11. Oh my God, it's the same day as
That's the same day as Superman.
Superman.
Wow.
It's distributed by Netflix though, so it's direct to streaming.
That's an appropriate like Tyler Perry
Mm,
deserves the
I'm-
world for what he has done for filmmaking over the last 30 years, but Medea's Destination Wedding it was.
yeah.
That is the textbook definition of direct to streaming sequel.
Yeah, I mean, after like the 25th, 26th Madea film, I feel like
You know, half of the introductory paragraph of Tyler Perry's Wikipedia page is about Medea.
Is it
I believe it. It's literally like half his life.
I mean, fair, but he is a billionaire filmmaker with his own studio in Atlanta.
That's true.
that he built on the back of Medea?
Hey,
His
he literally built
a
it.
character based off of women in his real life.
Yeah, he said that he created the character as sort of an homage to his
Yeah.
mother and his aunt in real life.
So it's kind of lovely that he's made money off of memorializing his family and legacy like that, and
Yeah.
especially
Yep.
being based in Atlanta.
Hey
And
man, even if I had issues with this one, it seems like Madea is a good character.
Medea
Yeah.
is a good character. You know,
Hmm.
she's a strong, independent thinking black woman who doesn't take shit from anybody and looks at the world with positivity and approaches
That's
every
not true.
situation.
That is
That
not true.
What did you just say?
she
Everything about that was
approaches
wrong.
every situation with I can handle myself and everyone around me.
Okay, not everything.
Optimism, not positivity. Excuse me.
I don't know if
And
she's
that's a great,
optimistic. I think she's pretty cynical about the world.
Yeah.
yeah, about the world, yes. About herself, no. She enters
George,
every situation
stop trying to figure
carrying
out Madea,
herself.
man.
I
She
mean,
can carry herself, is
I
how
don't
she
know.
approaches
I think her solution, she made it pretty clear, is she's not going to turn the other cheek because you only got two cheeks.
right. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying.
her person is eye for an eye.
No, she's
Or in
like, I'm
some
going to take your
cases,
eye first.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna drop
I'm
your
gonna
car
take
with a
your eye before
forklift.
you take my eye.
I'm going to take
She
your eye before
drops
you
the
think you take
car
my
with a
eye.
forklift. We've talked about it like half of this episode, and we still haven't talked about it enough. That's the best scene in the movie.
It's very funny.
It is good.
I love, and just from a filmmaking standpoint, I love that Tyler Perry chose to stay on what essentially looks like, and I know it's like a crane shot, but what essentially looks like a Kmart parking lot security cam vantage point for most of that sequence when she's pulling into the lot and following her into the building and all that shit. And then you get the reaction shot inside, and then you find like what's coming based on Medea seeing the forklift, but then the actual reveal of it happening and then the drop is perfect. It's a great, great moment in Medea's story in this movie.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the catalyst for the title.
That is
Um,
true.
Also, I feel a need to point out because I learned that all these are based on plays, so I have no
Perry
idea
is a
how good the
playwright.
plays are versus the movies.
I don't think you're dropping a car from a forklift or driving through a church
Maybe that would
sign
actually make it a
on
really cool
stage.
play. That could be like a four-dimensional play. What if Medea came out and actually started beating up the audience members, especially the hecklers?
Okay, I can get behind that. Well, I mean, I think people would be smart enough not to heckle Medea on stage, knowing full
You would
well that
think.
that would probably happen.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
if I were in charge of marketing for that play, I would say heckle Medea and she will come into the audience and beat the shit out of you.
it's probably true.
That would get people to come see it. I'm sure of it.
You get a bunch of people heckling just to get beat up by Medea.
I would consider that an honor.
She's 6'5", bro.
Yeah.
She'd kill you.
Think of the story though.
Dude, she might kill you.
What a way to go.
I
Uh,
enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
The
I mean,
movie?
the funny parts, not
yeah, yeah.
the like the this like the
Please
half of
don't
the
talk
movie
about
that
Candy's story as
the half
funny.
of the funny part, the
It was
half of the movie that
hilarious.
was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed it much more had there not been such a depressing
yeah,
subplot slash main plot in the middle.
it was so jarring though too, because it
It
wasn't
really was.
and it
And I
wasn't
had
like it wasn't like
They
it was
flipped
connected and
so
jarring. It was
often.
just
no.
like
And
it was two separate stories for like two-thirds of the movie.
I don't know how to take it seriously when you're talking about like all these serious things like rape and then abuse after abuse, and then all of a sudden it's like Medea just running from the FBI, like, beating up cops or whatever. It's insane. Like, how do I reconcile these things? That this just is not part of the same movie.
And yet somehow they bring them together in the third act.
Sort of. I mean, they're there, but they're like mainly she just protects her and gives her some words of wisdom, and then they're out.
And Sofia Vergara is there.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's
and
who it
she's killed a lot of
was.
people. Also,
She's
Viola
killed
Davis.
18 people. She's one of the first female serial killers, which in 2009 was a big deal. Oh yeah, and Viola Davis is in this too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. There are so many like also
Al
at the end there are
Sharpton.
so many cameos, yeah. Steve Harvey.
Yeah. They
Oh
name
yeah,
drop
Oprah.
Trump.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, fun, enjoyable when it was enjoyable. I'd like to
not
see the
enjoyable
other
when.
one to see.
And
More Medea.
the
Yeah,
consensus on this movie is that it's not a good movie. Like we're not we can shit on the tonal shifts and the melodramatic characterizations of everyone in the B plot, but like it's it's not a good movie. It's fun when it's fun, like Max said, but like we're not looking for high art with this.
I was not expecting that much. I was more just surprised at the tonal shift.
But for what it's worth, having never, and Ben, I don't know if you can speak to this too, having never seen a Medea movie before tonight, I am glad I saw this. And I would watch another Medea movie.
Yeah,
Just give us more Medea.
I'm curious to see one that's a little bit more, lighthearted and less really depressing in parts. And
Yeah.
Linda's terrible. She just comes in and she's like, "Who is this person? Oh, I don't care that she was raped. Oh, she's gonna die. Oh no, not my
Also,
problem."
Like
like
you're
I
an
feel
awful
like
person.
This
with
is terrible.
with Linda and Josh and Candy, they do the same scene. It's different dialogue in different settings, but they have the same scene, like concept wise, like four different times throughout the movie.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Linda's feelings about Josh in those moments, Linda's feelings about Candy in those moments, Josh's feelings about each of them in those moments never change in all of the different scenes that show the three of them interacting. It's always the exact same and it always ends the exact same.
Yeah, it really takes
Yeah.
until somebody tells him that she actually broke the law to make these people's lives worse. It's like, oh, you couldn't figure out she was terrible.
Hey, she's if she keeps those what 89% conviction rate up, she's gonna make DA one day.
Honestly, that didn't set off bells. This guy, he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, no, they're all
So
lawyers
he's a lawyer,
in
and
the
she
DA's
has an
office.
89% conviction rate. What do you
Just red
mean?
flags
Like,
flying.
yeah, okay.
And
But
then Medea
anyway,
goes to jail
and
an
then Madea
hour
goes
and
to
10
jail. That's
minutes.
fun.
An hour and 10 minutes into Medea goes to jail. Medea goes to jail.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably could have just done less of that plot and more Madea just sent her to jail.
But
Maybe
that's
she's
the
just
thing
too
about,
strong for jail though. She's
I
just
mean, she
too
proved that.
she's already got it figured out, she could beat up anybody. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like we said, the other Medea movies probably have more Medea and have more fun, well, because there is more Medea. Um, this one was not what we expected.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, I've said all I can say. Benji, take us home.
Yeah, it's a we yeah, but I don't have much more to add. It's a movie.
It's a
Yeah.
Max,
movie.
No, nothing else. See you guys next week, I guess, right?
yeah, and
Same
we'll
time.
see you next week.
Cool.
Same
See you next
time,
week.
same idea.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Good,
Good
good
All
night.
night.
right. Good night.